Probably all seen the YouTube inspiration tool by now. It's supposed to inspire creators in a way you can use this to plagiarize people's ideas, people's scripts, and people's thumbnails. I have some saved ideas that I'm going to use in today's video that I'm going to show you how easy it is to recreate thumbnails like this, and basically how to create better thumbnails than AI. I'm not going to do every single one that I have saved today. I'm only going to do the 3 that I think will do the best. So the first one I'm going to go over in the inspiration tool is what if Netflix brought Grand Theft Auto to GTA 6. So as you can see, these are very genetic thumbnails. They have no soul to them. You can tell they're made by AI, and they don't look great at all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my art app, and I'm going to basically create a new project. So 1280 by 720, that is the thumbnail dimensions. Then, since I've got an empty project on Critter, I'm going to get the Grand Theft Auto 6 logo, and it will be here. Copy the image, going to Critter, as on monitor, and the logo is way too big, so I'm going to resize it. So Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm just going to get this element into the canvas and not do anything yet. So basically, the inspiration tool, it has what if Grand Theft Auto 6 was on Netflix. So what you could do with this thumbnail, since GTA 6 isn't out yet, what I would have done was get in-game footage, but Grand Theft Auto 6 is sadly not out yet. So if I type GTA 6 trailer 2, since this is more of a gameplay trailer, I can get screenshots from the actual game itself. So I can try and find like something empty or something that doesn't show the characters as much. This is very character focused, but I can probably show something like that, for example, and I can probably take a screenshot of this region and screenshot it, and I'll just copy it. I'm not going to save it because I don't want to save the image as on monitor, and there we go. I've got a screenshot from Grand Theft Auto. I'm going to make this in like a rush in a way, but basically now there we go. I've got gameplay footage. I'm going to get the Grand Theft Auto 6 logo. Then I'm going to resize it because I feel like it's a bit too big. Then I'm going to get the Netflix logo. Let me just get the Netflix logo. I'm going to get the iconic N logo instead of the long Netflix logo. So I'm going to find one that is more HD. So this one here, copy it in as on monitor, okay. Then we're going to resize it, and I'm probably going to change the background. I was going to go with gameplay, but I don't think that's great. So GTA 6 background, so you can basically do anything, but I want a textless background, something like this. Something like this could work. So I'm going to get rid of the gameplay background because my idea doesn't really work with what I wanted to do originally. So if I copy that in as on monitor, okay, and for some reason it's not showing, I try and paste it in again as in on monitor. There we go. That's because the image hadn't loaded all the way. So if I resize that now, there we go. It's not the best thumbnail, but it gets the message across as a small YouTuber. So we're going to get the Grand Theft Auto 6 logo, and it's not the best because I don't really do GTA styled thumbnails, but it looks better than having a gameplay background in my opinion. I was originally going to go with gameplay, but I thought nah, Netflix. With YouTube thumbnails, you don't want too many elements. You only want the thumbnails to be simple. So with this thumbnail, I want to move it around, and then there we go. So, Grand Theft Auto, Netflix, and we'll make it look like a collaboration thumbnail. Basically what I mean is, if I add another layer, and then if I add a text box, I'm just going to put the letter X, and then I'm going to use my usual font, and I'm going to put it in white, and I'm going to upscale it a little bit to 28. And usually what this X means is that they have collaborated. So Netflix X Grand Theft Auto 6. And basically this already looks better than AI. Obviously if I put more time into this, it would be a better concept altogether. But let me just add a stroke to that. Let me add an opacity. And we're going to put the size of that down to 9. So there we go. Netflix X Grand Theft Auto. And to make the background look better, I could add a filter, go to blur, and I can blur my background as well to make it look slightly better. But this is the thumbnail compared to the AI slop thumbnail that YouTube gave me. So if we want to compare them for a second, I'm going to move this into Critter, insert as new layer. And this is what YouTube gave me, so I'm going to put this here somewhere. This is what YouTube gave me compared to what I made. I want to say this now. People on YouTube love simplistic thumbnails. Something like this will work. Something like this will not work as a YouTube thumbnail, and you can tell it's made with AI. If you take a few seconds to make something, people will appreciate it more. So this was the first thumbnail concept that I came up with, and now we're going to move on to the next one. So the next thumbnail that we're going to focus on is, if I go back onto the inspiration tab, I don't want to save any of this. There's one called Exposing Copyright Claims, My Miku Video Experience. So since I have some experience with making videos around Hatsune Miku, and my biggest video being about Miku, I do know how to make videos and thumbnails around this. And honestly, these thumbnails are the worst. They're all AI generated, and this is something that I can improve. So I'm going to focus it on the Exposing Copyright Claims, a Miku Video Experience. Because, believe it or not, this is kind of relatable. A Miku video of mine did get a copyright claim. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a Miku PNG HD. I usually look for HD images, because you don't really want to be upscaling images. And the reason you don't is because pixelated in the end. So if I copy this image, and if I add it on with monitor, as you can see, this is the image that people usually use when having Miku in thumbnails. For me, for an example, if I go back to a video I made on Miku almost a year ago now, if I go to videos most popular, it's that image. It's exactly this image or similar that got me over 137,000 views. So basically, if I go back to exposing copyright claim, I feel like we need to get the copyright sign somewhere into this. So I have Critter here. There's a website I use. There's a website called Texture Labs, and you can get like backgrounds for like everything. And there's something on Texture Labs that I use, but I can't remember where it's at. But this is great to get like backgrounds and stuff. It's a great little website to get backgrounds. It's called Texture Lab. So for example, if I wanted to use something on here, I'm going to go for the sky here, and I'm going to download it as a large JPEG. I'm going to go into Critter. I'm going to import as a new layer. And the thing is with this, if I duplicate the layer and make it so I have another one of these, so I'm going to insert that and have another one of these in here, I can make it so this background is any color that I want it to be. So for example, I'm going to go to the top Texture Labs layer. I'm going to layer it, layer style, and I'm going to do a color overlay, and I'm going to choose a red color. And the reason for that is because we're talking about a copyright controversy. And so basically, if I put that at like 70%, stars and stuff have turned red, which I like about that. You can change the background. I can get any one of these, and you have to look and make sure that the pixels aren't too small. 300 by 300 usually is too small for a YouTube thumbnail, so you have to look for something big like this. Like that is big enough for what I need to make. So if I get this in here, add on monitor, and as you can see, it's way too big, so I need to transform it and make it smaller. And I'm going to reuse my little tactic that I just used on the other thing by inserting a duplicate layer, going to layer style, color overlay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it to red again, and hopefully, there we go. That changed the copyright background to red, and I love how this has come out already. It's a copyright controversy with Hatsune Miku, exposing copyright claims, my Miku video experience. A thumbnail like this will get you clicks. It's simple and it gets the job done. And I did that within, 5 minutes? And it's already better than what YouTube can cook up. And this is why you shouldn't use AI thumbnails. I'm going to use one more example for this, because you might be thinking, well, okay, if it's that easy, show me another one. Okay, fine, I will. This is called the DanTDM Imposter Saga, My Untold Story. So this is going off a video that I made a few months ago about DanTDM. Here it is. How 24,000 people thought I was DanTDM. And basically that video talked about imposter syndrome, how I don't feel part of the crowd, and how I feel undeserving of the subscribers I gained on MiniTDM. So basically I can see where they're getting this title from, but what I want to do... So what I wanted to do was get an evil version of DanTDM skin. That was the original concept. So that was the early concept. I wanted to get an evil version of Dan's skin in his lab. But unfortunately, Minecraft skin uploading was down and the entire servers were down, so I could only play as Minecraft Steve. So in this example, we are going to have a spooky version of Minecraft Steve, and we will see Steve as the DanTDM imposter, if that makes sense instead. I have now put on a spooky Halloween shader pack. This was meant to be for when I did DanTDM, and I can't do it because Minecraft is currently down while recording this video. So what I would do, since I can't get replay mod to work, is I would zoom in on the FOV and pretend this is DanTDM skin for now. I'll get a screenshot and I'll grab that screenshot, copy it, and I'll go into Critter, and then we'll press a new project, create, go back up, there we go, paste attached bitmap, okay, as on monitor, okay, and then I'm going to close Minecraft because we don't need it anymore. Pretend this is DanTDM. I am so sorry, it's not, but we had like all glitches and stuff, so unfortunately we can't have the actual DanTDM skin. So I'm going with like an evil style for this, the DanTDM Imposter Saga. So I don't really have much to put for this, but if I do this and do this, imposter. I'm just going to say pretend this is Dan's skin for now because Minecraft's skin servers are down. And we put that there. That looks like a horror thumbnail. And that's what I was going with this whole thing. We could get a DanTDM skin from Google Images, but the way that I want it set up, it won't work correctly. But this already looks like a better thumbnail for DanTDM's imposter video. Just pretend that it's Dan's skin, because unfortunately the entirety of Minecraft is down while I'm recording this video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this creative video. If you want me to make any more AI thumbnails into human-made thumbnails, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.